Hello and welcome to the Mayor's Update.
It's Tuesday night.
Sure
I can
is.
tell.
'Cause we're
6:30
live.
Tuesday night because we're live. Because Mayor's Update, somewhat taped, doesn't sound near as exciting.
No,
doesn't get it.
it's
near
like
as much.
Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Like,
That's why they call it that.
mhm.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. But the reality is, it's not actually live all the time. They do 2 tapings, and if the second one's not that good, they actually go with
And they still call
Seriously?
it Saturday Night Live because that's the name of the show,
Yeah.
not the activity they're doing.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay.
Totally. But we
Not like Mayor's Update. We
No.
actually meet from
We are
around the
live.
world.
You need
and
a live in your.
Right. We did it. I was in Elephant last week, right?
That's great.
we need a live there.
Live Mike Mayor's update.
It
Well,
is.
I'm just looking at your. Yes.
Very well.
Okay. There. I'm
Right.
just looking at the city hall.
All right.
Oh, like live, like a blinking live
no,
thing
no.
behind
Okay,
us.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
we do.
live.
We do.
Anyways, that's my
Okay.
my job. I'm
But
gone.
sorry, we're getting sidetracked. We have a very special guest here with us.
Yes,
this evening.
thank you. You.
This is
So-
Amanda DeVries.
Yes.
She is one of the co-owners of Common Ground Farm
Yes.
with her partner, Chris DeVries. And they've also set up an amazing festival with another partner, Gabe.
That's right.
And what do you guys do out there on the farm that has created this
Tell us
mystical,
about the farm.
magical Middle River Music Festival?
Yeah, absolutely. So Common Ground Farm, we are a vegetable farm located sort of on the way to Port Stanley, just south of St. Thomas.
Yep.
We've been running for 10 years.
Mhm.
And basically we're kind of a small scale, what is called a CSA program. Farm. So people sign up as members, they get weekly boxes of vegetables that are in season, and we attend the markets at Western Fair and in Kitchener Market. So we've been doing that for 10 years. I should say the we is a royal we.
It's a whole bunch of work.
Yes,
That isn't
exactly.
just you. Yeah.
My husband, Chris DeVries, is the main farmer there. So we've been doing this for 10 years. We've really enjoyed it. People that come to the farm really love the setting. They've really enjoyed it. So it was, I believe, 2018. We had our intern at the time, Gabe Fontana, intended to return for the following year. And so he said, I'd like to come back and work again. But this time I'd like to run a music festival on your farm. It's such a beautiful
I could
setting.
be an intern on a farm.
Yeah.
You can.
Oh,
just,
I can
sorry,
hook you
just
up.
wanted to point that out.
Absolutely can.
Yeah.
Still something I could fall back on.
That's right. So he asked if he could run this festival, and I was interested and intrigued by the idea. So I said, sure, let's do this together. So as co-organizers, we've now been running it for our 4th year, and it's been a really great ride. We've had an enjoyable time every year. More and more people coming. And maybe this is a good time to play the video so people can see for themselves.
Okay.
Absolutely. This is a very special video that was put
Video
together.
of a fantastic music festival in
And
a great location.
hit it.
There is a rumor going round. There is a rumor someone was going down. There is a tension in the air. Soon everybody they were rushing to be there. Was it true? What is the use? Such outdated questions get the modern man confused. Was it true? What is the use of a reputation when we want to be amused one by one?
Gotta say,
Yeah.
highlight.
Huh?
One of the highlights, or many, but Disco Frog.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your wife.
Well, I mean, of many.
I
Of
was
many.
going to highlight Jess. You can tell her that you picked the frog instead. But
Well, she's
Not
actually
very
watching
princely of
tonight,
you.
so she's gonna.
Oh, there you go.
is she watching?
She's watching with Lily.
Okay,
yeah.
great,
Yeah.
excellent. Lily's one of our biggest fans.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Mayor Joe.
We're going to see
Yeah.
a comment
She
from
loves
her
Mayor Joe.
shortly. Yeah.
We
yeah.
might even, I can pull up the chat here so we can
Yeah,
have a
see
look on the
whether we're
sidebar
already-
what we've got.
And remind the rest of you, good evening, Brett. Remind everyone, please get your questions in. We want to
Mhm.
solve all the problems of the world.
Here
St.
and now.
Thomas Center,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right here, right tonight. So we'll take it all whenever you can. But
Yes.
Middle River Music Festival, and I have to say, I think in your first year, I was a client of the CSA, and
Yes.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right. You
way
were for
back
several
then,
years.
right?
Yeah, that's
and
right.
then I
And it
would
was
go
still
away
in
to
the garage.
Ottawa and say, "Who's going to pick up my stuff this week?" No,
That was when we were still in the garage, too,
Yeah,
right? We've
that's
expanded
right.
a lot since then.
Oh,
yeah.
you mean it's easier than it used to be? Because I used to love it. Nobody's
Oh,
looking. I could take 2 parsnips.
Yes.
Very simple. Not that you would.
No, I said I could.
You
Yeah.
could. No, it's different
But-
now. It's all
But I
kind of,
would trade in an eggplant for 2 parsnips. Come on, that's how it works.
yeah, we've grown considerably since those days. We're now delivering to at least about 300 families. We pack boxes for every week. And we deliver as well as you can still pick up on the farm. But the boxes are sort of pre-made for you, so it's just a matter
Oh,
of
just
kind
go
of
pick up the
stopping in.
box?
Yeah,
That-
exactly.
Hey, I could have sent an Uber for my
Yeah.
box.
You totally
Right.
could.
Yeah, just, my life is better.
If you come in person, you can pet the dogs, you can pick some flowers, but so it's still a really nice time out. But yeah, you can also get it delivered if you can't make it there. So
Well, first of all, thank you for doing what you're doing. That's a very healthy way, and I used to love. Okay, what's in it today? What can I get?
yeah,
Right.
it's exciting.
That's fantastic. But to add a music festival to a farming environment like that,
Right.
I happen to know, having my youth and your youth,
Mhm.
how busy farms are in the summer. Not so busy in March or February, but how busy they are in the summer.
It's true. It's
So
true.
adding a music festival to all of the other things that we just mentioned is almost a little crazy.
A little surprising and crazy. Yes.
Yeah.
So when Gabe approached us and suggested this, the first thing my husband, Chris, who is the real farmer, said, well, I don't have time for this. I can certainly cut the grass if you guys need it the day before, but otherwise, you know,
I'll
it's
make
not-
a spot. but
Exactly. It's not
Don't
quite.
involve me.
That's
And then
right.
I bet he was in like a dirty shirt. He was on, oh, no, move this over here and let's do that.
He's a big help leading up to it for sure, but
But-
certainly Gabe and I kind of share the brunt of that.
Ah.
So, and it's a lot of marketing, of course, you know, doing things like this in the beginning.
Sure.
And then the day of, we have a fantastic array of volunteers that come out and just basically run the show. For
So how many,
everybody.
first of all, how many people will you expect?
So in the past few years, we've had at least 150 to 200 tickets sold. We can certainly have capacity for more, but then on top of that, we have all the artists, we have the
Right.
volunteers, we have all kinds of people. So it's a big crowd on the day
So
of.
a very large amount of volunteer people or craftsmen who are there.
Exactly,
Crafters that
yes,
are there too.
yeah.
Great.
So basically it's a day of live music on the farm. You know, doors open at 1, the music starts at 2, the last band plays around 8 o'clock. You bring your own picnic blankets, your chairs. You can bring some drinks and snacks if you like. We do try to, you know, make it affordable for everyone. So if you want to bring your own stuff, you're welcome to. But we will have food vendors as well, and
Good.
streamliners will be there slinging their drinks. So you can set up.
Coffee is my life.
Enjoy live music all day long. It's very kid friendly, so kids under 12 are free. They can get in, and we do have a lot of kids activities. If you
If I
like,
act childish, I could save some money.
Oh yeah,
Exactly,
absolutely.
exactly.
And have a lot of fun.
and
Well,
enjoy.
you know me, I have fun regardless.
Yeah. Now you had a lot of amazing food vendors. Who were the food vendors this year?
So this year we have a New Leaf plant-based food truck. So they have amazing bowls, and their beef burgers are their famous meal. So they'll be slinging their stuff,
Yeah.
and then we have streamliners. We'll have some treats and then some
Right.
cold and hot drinks. So yeah. We
Great.
keep it kind of minimum because I think a lot of people do like the fact that there's not that many places that you can go for music and you don't have to be compelled to buy food. So a lot
Right.
of people like kind of bringing
Right.
their own picnic and that. So we like keeping it kind of low key that way.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, and we hope 100,000 people who are watching Mayor's Update tonight
All
will
of you.
also
Yeah.
show up.
Yeah.
Let's have a new Woodstock.
Right.
This could be it, right?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is
They're going to
the
be
new
lined
Woodstock.
up all the way down Bush
People
Line.
have threatened to
Right.
make it Woodstock. That
Yeah.
gets me a little nervous, I'll be honest. But
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
We can-
Just
we
a good, fun time that helps
Exactly.
cover its own expenses and makes it fun for everyone.
Exactly.
Right.
And for those of you interested in the farm itself, at some point between the sets, Chris will give a farm tour. If you're interested in seeing how we grow and what we grow and what's out there in the fields, he'll be doing that. And if you still have energy by the end of the night, we'll have a DJ playing music and a dance floor and everything in the packing barn. So it's really,
Wow.
like I said, something for everyone, for all ages,
Yeah.
and it suits
Oh.
everyone who comes out.
Pressing question in from the audience now. Will Disco Frog be back?
Well, we have the same DJ, and I'm pretty sure it was the DJ, Alex Hawken, who brought the Disco Frog, if I'm not mistaken.
He
So,
actually
yes,
brought the
I
frog?
think he might have brought
We
the
could
frog.
bring Disco Elephant.
Get out of here. Yes.
We could have
That's
Disco
right.
Elephant.
Maybe like the elephant on the
We
dance
definitely
floor, right?
Yeah.
Like, woo. Break it down, break it down, break it down.
Yeah.
break it down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay,
That's
that
right.
was good.
This-
That's going to be a highlight for the rest of the year now. The elephant dancing.
So yeah, the questions we usually get, plenty of free parking. Obviously, it's a farm. Bring some warm clothes. It does get cooler by when the sun sets. But it's really just a chance to enjoy the farm, the beautiful setting that we have, as well as live music. We have an artist from Port Stanley, Lucy Morgan, who'll be performing. So she's our local act. And the momentum kind of builds. We have Micah Sage, she's based in Calgary now. We have Cobo Town returning. They were here 2 years ago. They are a band from Toronto that play a lot of Trinidadian music, and they have like a horn section. So when they came 2 years ago, they had absolutely everybody out of their seats. Even the most reluctant dancers were up.
I'm a cheer dancer.
So, yeah. So. Exactly. So yeah, so lots of fun. Like I said, lots of a lot of variety of music. So it's a really good time for everybody, for sure.
Perfect.
Very good.
Well, we're glad to be able to help push it and get as many people there. If someone wanted tickets now, I know we've been saying how to do it. Go to your website.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
And
it's right on that banner.
Yeah.
Right
It's on the banner
down
there.
there.
Yeah. So they're $35. $35 in advance. If you come the day of, they go up to $50. So yeah. So get your
Excellent.
tickets. Yeah.
Save yourself $15 and get on the internet right now.
Exactly.
Right.
Right now.
Right. This is the time to do it
Yeah.
while it's on the screen and
That's
you can
right.
read it.
100%. All right, so we're going to go to commercial break. Amanda, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone check it out.
Thanks both of you for having me, for sure.
Oh, yeah. No, this is what we love doing.
You make this fun.
Are you looking for a one-of-a-kind gift for a family member, friend, colleague, or long-serving community member? Then look no further. I can create the perfect piece of art to bring joy into their lives. Fire me an email at grayden@langstudios.com or give me a call at 647-269-4415. I look forward to talking to you and creating a unique piece of art that will be treasured for years to come.
You and I, we were meant to be. I feel it in my soul. Feel it in my soul.
Forward to coming that day.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Okay, we're back. We're too busy talking about
Thanks again,
music
Amanda.
festival still.
Take care.
Right. All right.
All right.
So, questions about the city of St. Thomas and things
Oh, my
going on in
goodness.
the city.
Yeah.
What have we got else coming up this weekend? This weekend is the wine, whiskey, and chocolate at the Railway Museum.
Yep. So they've come on as a sponsor.
Oh,
So
way
we
to
got
go.
through the Railworks Coalition.
Oh, so we can do all of the stuff at Queso, all the stuff at
Yeah.
and the elevated park and all of this?
I love the
Everybody?
community support.
And in Railway.
I
Okay.
love it. It's been
Right.
amazing.
Perfect.
Well,
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for being a sponsor on Mayor's Update. We already visit you, so it's not like we can give you more business, but the people watching Mayor's Update can.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
spread the word. We can spread the word.
Right.
Okay. So we've also got another sponsor that's come on this month as well, which is the Elgin County Studio Tour.
And tell us about what the Elgin County Studio Tour is. This is
So-
obviously artists
Yes.
and artisans.
A group of artists and artisans, and they're
Right.
opening their studios in September from the 28th to 29th. And they're going to be open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. And you can go to their studios. You can check out everything they've got to share with the world.
Well, and so you could make purchases, but you
Mhm.
can also see how they do and
Yeah.
what types of
Totally
artwork they
free
have.
to tour around, but if you like something, you can totally buy it. And that's how us artists, I'm on the tour. So full disclosure, I'm one of the artists
Okay.
on the tour. And,
And so you could go to that website, the
Mhm.
Elgin County Studiotour.ca,
Mhm.
and there would be a map there to show you where all the locations are.
Yep.
Excellent.
There's a Google map. You can click on
So
each
we're
other
not going to
person.
tell you anybody who's on the tour, so that you have to go to the website and look it up and go, hey, I like that person. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
perfect.
There's so many people. It's fantastic. And they've got Instagram, they've got a Facebook, there's videos that are going up, lots of fun stuff.
All right. Well, let's
So-
keep pushing that one too. That's a great
Yep.
one for is that the same weekend as Oktoberfest?
No, Oktoberfest is the 21st of
Oh,
September.
so we've got a whole full September for
My
everyone.
September is going to be
Right.
full between working on Oktoberfest,
Oh.
jumping over to the studio tour, and then everything else. There's Dancing with the Stars. That
Oh
also
yeah. Oh
is
yeah.
coming
That's
up
the
on-
6th.
Yep. Of September.
I think I became a sponsor of it too. So
Yeah,
it's
well,
great.
you were a star of it last year.
I
with Stephanie.
wouldn't quite say star. There was some brightness, but there was, no, we had Stephanie carried the team,
Mhm.
and I kind of missed it this summer. That was also another piece of pressure last summer.
I don't miss that pressure at all. All I wanted to do was not fall down. And when Jess and I were dancing on the floor, part of it came up and I almost bailed out. So
no, I know.
I'm just glad it went the way it did. I survived.
Well, and I don't hear really well. And so Stephanie telling me now in my ear or nodding her head so that I knew when I had to do certain things. This year's not been a better year for hearing. It still is the same, but I'm going to a music festival, so I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah. No, it's going to be amazing. Yep. Council, so when's your next meeting?
Monday night.
Monday night.
Monday coming up.
Okay.
And so the agenda's out tomorrow, so I can't even tell you what's on it. It's both the July and August agendas are quite hefty.
Yeah.
Because we only meet one day during those months, and we'll meet more often if we needed to, but lots going on. And lots going on. It's not been a slow year for summer events for the mayor or summer meetings for the mayor. I'm still officially on vacation. I think last week I did it from the cottage, right? And this week I had to come home for at least 2 days here to pick up some stuff. And then my granddaughter's coming and joining us this weekend. That's the plan. And so I'm going back up as me.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I'll be back Sunday night late. And ready for work Monday, right? Yeah. I just have to have find time after tomorrow's agenda to be ready for Monday.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
All right, what do we got? We got open session here. We got lots of questions, right?
Brett Longfield is asking is, what do whiskey, wine, and chocolate have to do with the railway heritage of St. Thomas?
Well, I would think anybody who worked on the railway consumed one or more of whiskey, wine, or chocolate.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Perhaps the first one. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
All right. And so it is just a great use of the fun that people that worked railways in our community used to have on the weekends and evenings after working all day on the railway. It wasn't 100%. They didn't go home and work on railways at home. So
my great-grandfather used to work on the railway in St. Thomas.
Yes.
Yep, way back when. There's also a peace vigil that's at the Meeting House today for Hiroshima. I think it is.
So is that like any time now?
Yeah, until 9 p.m.
We'll get you out there then.
Yep.
Perfect.
And that's about the victims, because there was a Hiroshima, Nagasaki, where the bombs were dropped.
Right.
And so the Quakers always have a peace vigil to remember the victims of those nuclear bombs that went down. Normally it would be at Pinafore Park, and this year they've decided to have it at the Meeting House over in Sparta.
Oh, excellent. And I've been there in years to the Meeting House. I know you invite me each time there's an event.
Anytime you want to go.
Not been.
Every Sunday.
I want to do the maypole one. No, it's just.
We can get you out of the maypole dance. That's a pretty fun one. So yeah, that's happening, which is also special. And it's good to remember those things.
Well, Brett asked what's on the council agenda for the next meeting, and tomorrow afternoon the whole world will know. It's released and it's public, so take a look, and then you'll know if there's something on there that involves you or you might want to speak to a councillor about.
Yes, and you released, or your staff released, a really great graphic about the animal shelter, talking about all the steps that the city are going
where we
through.
are and what month, and right, and we had conversations more about it today. Look, we're waiting on pricing back what it will cost to build what we think will be a super animal shelter, but we'll certainly see a start in 2024, finish in 2025, and there'll be a bunch of fundraisers out there having to do some things to make it happen. As you can see, we're pretty full right now. Certainly a bunch more kittens today, I understand, and up to 10 dogs at the shelter. And there was times through the last 4 years where we had one or no dogs at the shelter. So we're really seeing an increase in abandoned pets or pets that need rescuing. Yep. So we need your help. Take a look. Take a look out. I know there's a special day coming up where you can have your pet chipped. Right, right, and so that if your dog was to wander off, like my JoJo has done more than once, and they call the mayor from the animal shelter and go, Mayor Joe, we have JoJo again. Come get her. We love her dearly, but we don't want her here.
Which is fair.
So we do that. So you'll want to participate in that too. What else have we got coming up in St. Thomas? It's just been such a warm and busy summer.
I mean, for me, one of my favorite things that's coming up is the Railway City Music and Arts Festival.
You're right. That's coming up next week or the week after, the 16th, 17th.
Yeah, I think it's next week.
Yeah. I'm in
it's-
Ottawa at the Association of Municipalities of Ontario
Mhm.
that weekend, but I'm going to try and get out Thursday
Mhm.
to the kickoff night of the
Railway City Music and Arts Festival.
yes, exactly.
Yep. Perfect. Yep, we got the Elmer Fair coming up on the 9th. So
Yes.
I'll be out there for that.
Yep,
And they've got a
right.
fire muster that's going on Sunday,
Okay.
which should be pretty huge. And then, of course, we've got Mayor's update. We have a very special guest potentially for next week that
Yes.
we can't share yet.
Not
We've got to
gonna share.
confirm,
Right.
but you're all going to want to tune in.
Right. As you notice, it goes much better when we have a guest.
I love having guests.
Right? Yeah. And
You know
so-
what kills me though? Sometimes when there's no guests and we get more views than otherwise, I don't understand it.
Oh.
Not that we're not great,
No, I get it.
but yeah, Adam Montgomery says Ottawa drumming up more business.
Absolutely. Whenever I get together with other levels of government and more levels municipally, we always find something more that St. Thomas can do better or that we can attract to St. Thomas. And as we've seen, even in this last holiday week where I had to come home for one day, an Element 5 announcement, we've got lots going on and we love it. So when I can get together with some of my old friends and acquaintances, we can always do better for St. Thomas when we do it. Now, I think Councillor Peters, Councillor Baldwin Sands are going with me to Ottawa.
Oh wow!
And so that gives
That's
us
great.
So when we come back, perhaps we should have the three of us on to talk about what we did at AMO,
Yes, that'd
what
be
ministers we
fantastic.
saw, what we talked about, and why we talked about it.
Absolutely. Brett Longfield's put in the website for Railway City Music and Arts Festival. Thank you, Brett.
Excellent.
And Beth Douglas says, nice to see the handicapped spaces painted in front of the library. Thank you.
Yeah, got it done. We said it would happen.
And then Brett Longfield is saying the puppy parade in Pinafore Park was a great kickoff in support of the new animal shelter in St. Thomas. Couldn't agree more. I saw the
Perfect, I agree.
pictures. And then Sean Barker is saying, are you going to bring in Andrew Lawton?
Yeah, we've been wanting to get Andrew back on the show and talk about what we're working on together with Central Elgin.
Oh, no, Andrew Lawton.
Oh,
I think
Andrew Lawton.
He's just announced his.
sorry.
He's bidding for the nomination.
Yeah, I think we better wait till all who have announced would come on and find out if we can do enough shows where we have them all on.
Because if we don't do them all,
Right.
we get ourselves in trouble.
Right. So look, at Andrew's an old friend of mine. Obviously, we've worked together in the past. When Andrew was on radio, I used to be on his show. Andrew's newest book, I understand I mentioned it 2 or 3 times, and I haven't
Really?
spent the money to buy the book yet to read about myself. But the book about Pierre Poilievre and myself, and I was in Parliament together at the same time. So there's a couple things on there. Look, my best wishes to Karen, first of all, on what will become her new life in 15 months or so.
Freedom.
Well, it's a bit more freedom than what she's had, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then, but congratulations to all who put their name forward from a political point of view. Andrew's the first on this. I don't think he's the last. I've been having a lot of phone calls with people who reach out to say, could you give me some advice? And of course, all my advice is free. So yeah, if you're thinking of doing, give me a call. Look, that's another thing too. We got a couple years till the next municipal election too. Sure, would love to talk to anybody who thinks that might be a good thing for them to do too. We can share with you what the trials, tribulations, and the efforts are and needed to do it.
I love this because one of the things we did from when we started this whole thing up was we want to talk about the different levels of politics, everything involved, because we need more people to be involved.
Absolutely. And look, I'll be the first to say I've got the world's greatest city council.
Oh yeah.
And that's good. These are all great people you could talk to if you're thinking of doing it. Some 25 years ago, I thought, well, I guess I'll enter politics, and I had some good friends who I could go talk to. So it really helped.
Yeah. What I was wanting to mention too is Elgin County Pride is coming up this weekend as well. I believe it's Pinafore Park.
It's in Pinafore Park. There's a whole event. Yes. And there's been some questions about that too. Wasn't June Pride Month? Yeah, it is most places, but the group out here, because of London having so many activities when that's going on, has chosen this time in August to have the Pride events in Elgin County. So the county, the flag is up at the county, the flag is up here. Thank you, Councillor Clark, for doing that work for me while I was away. But just to, well, is there 2 months? No, it's one happens in London on a certain time and one happens in St. Thomas and Elgin on another. What else we got for questions here?
Adam Montgomery is saying, would make quite a show. I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
And Adam Montgomery says, since we've had JT in town, are you going to bring Pierre to town as well? Political connections, and that's what he's referencing in terms of.
I don't bring. They want to be on Mayor's Update. They got to call and beg you and me. Of course. If my old friend Pierre wants to be on this show, he can call and we'll arrange it for the next week.
That'd be
even
amazing.
If we got to zoom in from wherever he is that day.
Yeah. Brett Longfield saying, what advice does Mayor Joe have for aspiring politicians of much needed younger demographics?
Great, Brett. Here's my biggest piece of advice I give to everybody, young and old. It's not just young politicians. Get involved in your community. You cannot be involved in elections where people think you of high character if they haven't seen you out doing things of high character as a member of your community. I spent a lot of time doing community involvement, being involved in a lot of organizations, and I see a lot of young people doing the same thing in our community right now. That's the absolute first, number one, number two, and number three thing about wanting to be involved is first be involved in your community, then decide what level that might be, whether it's municipal as a councillor or as mayor or provincially or federally or anything else. But just be involved to begin with. When people start knowing who you are, you're electable.
Yeah,
that's the true answer.
Very good. All right.
And how are we doing on time?
We're doing pretty well. We've got another
Great.
Just 2.5 minutes left.
Okay, I wish. Anybody got any more advice out there or anything else going on? Constructions continue to move along, and I got a quick little look at the Kane Street roundabout.
I got still to look at that.
Well, when I leave here today, I plan to go see what else got done this week.
It's a good reminder.
Right, and the Highbury Ave extension and piece I drove through the other day, and it's quite a construction zone, but boy, is it going to be beautiful when it's all done. The curbs are in all on one side and the left. It really looked so I'm very pleased with what the city of St. Thomas has been able to get done with this year's construction budget. Had a conversation this week with somebody, and I did mention watching on Mayor's Update, but don't see it. But First Street, I thought you were doing a longer section of First Avenue, and I went, absolutely right. But we're very seldom now in St. Thomas just repaving a road that needs repavement. You and I have talked about this. If we're in the next couple of years of having to put new pipes under the ground, water and sewer, and widening for bike lanes and widening for better curbs and sidewalks, then we often will wait. We'll do some patching. We'll do what we need to do to make the road okay. But sometimes it's waiting until the whole road needs to be done, underground and on ground, before we'll do it. So answering a question that was asked of me on one of the social medias this week, I'll say that too. I've got a little bit of time. Look, if you ask me a question on social media, certainly I was on vacation this week, so you weren't getting an answer very quickly. But wait till Mayor's Update, or ask us a question on Mayor's Update, and we'll find you an answer. Right? I'd like to answer it once rather than continue to repeat myself 5 or 6 times on Mayor's Update. So, or on St. Thomas Happenings or one of the others. So. This is a far better place to get your true answer to things in St. Thomas. Right? No offense to St. Thomas Happenings, but you got to dig deep to find things.
Right? So, on occasion you get some. Right. But Sean Barker says the train show at the museum on September 1st. So mark that on your calendars. Adam Montgomery, this will be the final question for the evening. What is your favorite thing in politics, Mayor Joe?
Meeting people. Look, we've got a great community here, and it continues to grow with all sorts of new people from across Canada and around the world, and from right here in Southern Ontario. Just meeting new people and having them as friends on Mayor's Update and in person. It's the best part of the job.
Love it. All right.
Great. Thank you. We miss you all till next week. Same place, same time.
Have a great night, everybody. Catch you next week.